Ladies and gentlemen, Barry C here with another cryptocurrency video, and XRP is getting ready for its second leg up. It is loading up for an alt season. And I know what you're going to say. People are going to be there going, we've heard this non-stop. You keep saying it's going to skyrocket. When is it going to happen? Well, we've already seen the first leg up happen. End of October heading into November. It went from 50 cents to over $2 in the space of a month. And the reason why I'm saying this again and again and again is because people keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Now, it's interesting. I actually went back and had a look at some of my older videos from about a year and a half ago. And, all through the bear market, but in particular, a lot of my videos about a year before XRP skyrocketed were all centered around this idea of, well, we have a really unique opportunity to accumulate XRP cheaply until it starts skyrocketing. And the narrative back then and the response to that is very similar to what I'm seeing now, which is people saying, you keep saying the same thing. XRP is not going to skyrocket. It's not going to lead the way in the alt season. XRP is done. It's an old crypto. There's better projects out there. And then sure enough, we get to November of 2024 and XRP starts skyrocketing. And then people will kind of look at that and they'll go, well, I want the cheap XRP. I don't want the $2, $2.20, $2.50, $2.60, $2.70. I don't want to pay that. I want the 30-cent XRP back. And it's like, we've had 3.5 years to accumulate XRP cheaply. Now you have a new cheap XRP. And the exact same thing's happening right now where people look at, XRP didn't go back down to $1. XRP didn't dip back down to 50 cents. It essentially has been hovering around the $2 to $2.50 price bracket. And people are looking at that going, well, I don't want to pay $2. Even though my XRP bags aren't big enough, I don't want to pay $2. I'll wait for it to go to 50 cents. And then the alt season is going to happen. You're going to see XRP go to $5 and $10, maybe even $20, maybe higher. It depends on how high we go and how parabolic things are. And this happens every bull run, where XRP hits this new all-time high. And then people go, well, I want the cheap XRP. They always make that mistake. It's been that way ever since 2017. Back in 2017, people didn't want the 1 cent XRP for whatever the FUD was back then, the banker's coin, whatever the FUD. But when it went above $3 a coin in 2018 and it flipped Ethereum and Bitcoin, well, you better believe people wanted XRP then, but they're like, well, I don't want to pay $3. I want to pay 1 cent. Well, you're never getting access to 1 cent XRP ever again. And so then for the bear market, you had 10 cent XRP, 15 cent XRP, 19 cent XRP. And people were like, well, no, I want to wait and see what happens because now it's trading sideways for like 3.5 years. And then we get to 2020 and XRP goes from 19 cents and then heading into 2021, it goes to $1. Then $1.60, then $1.80, despite the fact we have the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And so back when it was like 19 cents and people were like, well, there's all this legal uncertainty. We're seeing top tier exchanges start delisting XRP. I don't think I want to take a chance on it. Who knows, this lawsuit may be the thing that ends XRP as a cryptocurrency. Like there was so much uncertainty. But sure enough, once it goes from 19 cents to over $1.60, $1.80, now people want XRP, but they don't want the $1.80 XRP. They want to go back to 19 cents or 10 cents. And sure enough, that's it. You say goodbye to those prices, and now we're in a 3.5-year bear market, and we're back at the same problem, which is you can now get XRP between 30 cents and 50 cents. And people are like, well, it's trading sideways. I want to wait and see what happens. Oh, I don't think I want to pay that. I would rather it be cheaper. And then we get to November of 2024, and sure enough, we start moving rapidly. And then now people are like, well, I don't want to pay the $2 or the $2.60, $2.70. I want the 30 cent. I want the 50 cent. And then what this market has shown us is that we don't get access to that anymore. Even with the little mini bear market we've seen, and we've seen some cryptos crash down to as cheap as they've ever been. We've seen some cryptos even go back down to where they were before November 2024, but not XRP. XRP has successfully stayed above $1. And so people look at it and they go, well, I'll just wait for it to be cheaper. But then what they don't realize is that we have a alt season to go. We have so much room to grow with XRP. And anybody who thinks otherwise, anybody pushing a negative narrative or a different narrative, these are the same people who told you for 3.5 years that XRP was dead, it wasn't going anywhere. And then we get to November of 2024, and now it's the digital asset leading the space. And so then people look at their bags, and I've seen this actually in my comment section recently, where people are going, well, you talk as if, your audience has these massive XRP bags. It's like, no, if you listen to my content, I talk to everyone, whether you have 100 XRP or 1,000 XRP or 10,000 XRP or 100,000 XRP. Doesn't matter what size your bag is. There's always room to make a plan, to grow, and make good decisions. And so if your XRP bag isn't where you want it, or maybe, you can't grow your bags because now you've got to pay $2 plus for XRP, that's a lesson to be learned. And unfortunately, everyone has to go through that. I went through that in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. It took me until about 2020 and 2021 to really see amazing profits from the cryptos I took calculated risks with. And even in 2020 and 2021, I still made mistakes. And that's the reason why I've been making content, and I've been saying the same thing over and over and over again. So for the people who then criticize and they critique and they go, well, you keep saying the same thing. Yeah, because people keep making the same mistakes. And that's why people are in positions now where, they maybe don't have the type of bags they want when it comes to XRP. And look, any amount of crypto is good. Not financial advice, of course. But the fact that you're in crypto, that's fantastic. You're already ahead of the game. And look, I get it as well, especially with where the market's been dipping. Not everybody has the resources to buy the dip and then buy the other dip and then keep buying dips. It can be very difficult, and not everybody has those resources. But look, one of the strategies I've talked about, and this is something I implemented in 2018, for the price of a cup of coffee, whether it's $3, $5, $10, depending on how fancy your coffee is, I would rather buy XRP. And so for me, instead of buying coffee or buying lunch or whatever it was, I was spending $10 nearly every day or every second day. And I was putting that in the XRP, no matter what the price was. Not financial advice, of course, but this was my strategy. So from 2018 until now, I've been doing these little XRP buys. I've been chipping away, building and growing my bags, no matter what the price is. And after a good couple of years, that starts to add up. But then it also takes away the anxiety of trying to time the market. For me, I don't need to know the best price for XRP. I don't need to wait for the perfect entry point or the perfect market dip. For me, I'm like, look, it doesn't matter whether it's 5 cents, 10 cents, $1, $2 or $3. I'm happy to put $10 in, $20 in. It takes away my anxiety of choosing the right moment. And that's a strategy you can use for XRP or any crypto. And like I said, ladies and gents, not financial advice, but these are just things that I've learned along the way and decisions I've had to make. Because it's very easy to get sidelined and caught up in this idea of, well, I have to wait for the perfect dip before I can buy, or I have to wait for the perfect pump before I take profits. That's the biggest mistake I see people make, because then these are the same people who are always there after the fact. They're there at the height of a bull run or at the end of a bull run going, I wish I'd done things differently. I just made a post about this morning, actually, about Ondo. I made this post and I said, well, back when I first got into Ondo, it was around 60 cents. And then at the height of, the first leg up of the bull run, Ondo was just over $2. And I remember sitting there going, I wish I'd done things a little bit differently. I wish I'd bought more Ondo when it was around 60 cents or below $1. And then now with the market dipping, and we've seen Ondo go back down to around 70-something cents or 80-something cents, to me, that's a blessing. I'm like, wow, I've got this opportunity to build and grow my bags. Because my Ondo bag is relatively new compared to my XRP bags. There's definitely a really unique project there especially with its real world assets, and it's another finance-based crypto. It has its partnership with Ripple. It's tied to BlackRock. It's working with BlackRock. There's so many amazing things with Ondo. So when I look at that, I can accumulate it for under $1. That's an amazing opportunity. And so I take these opportunities and I build and grow, because I know that once Ondo experiences its first alt season, we may never get a below $1 price for Ondo ever again. The same way we lost opportunities to get a 1 cent XRP or a 5 cent XRP or a 10 cent XRP, even a 50 cent XRP ever again. Those days are gone. We're now looking at new prices for XRP. And those new prices are $2, maybe $5, depending on how high it goes in this alt season. But that's a situation that I've carried over, and it's information I've carried over into the way I've approached Ondo. Because I don't want to be in a situation where I go, well, I could have accumulated more at a really good price point, and I sidelined myself because I was going to wait and see what happened. And that's just me. That's just my kind of personal strategy. It's something I've learned the hard way very early on. And unfortunately, back then, it was just me taking a chance on what I thought the best approach would be. And it went against every so-called expert. It went against all the so-called technical analysis experts and blah, 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 whatever. Insert expert here. And back then, we didn't have these sort of bigger communities where you could touch base and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking of doing. What do you think? Because back then it was all about, well, XRP is a banker's coin. Don't even think about getting it. It goes against everything crypto stands for. And then XRP rallies up to $3 and people go, oh, I want some. And then the new narrative is like, well, you're an idiot if you didn't buy it back then. It's like nobody was buying it. What were you talking about? And then the bear market happens, which nobody saw because nobody had ever experienced a bear market before. And the whole crypto market crashes, and the main sentiment was people panicking, going, oh, it's done, it's over, it's done forever, it's Armageddon, it's doomsday, it's just catastrophic, we all made a big mistake. And then for 3.5 years, people were sitting there going, well, do I keep buying? Do I accumulate? Do I wait and see? It was just so much uncertainty. And so you were taking so much more risk back then, I would say, bigger risks, because you didn't have as much in the way of crypto community, of content creators. You had sort of a select few, and you had to really work hard to find the voices you trusted. So it wasn't until we saw a second bull run that it started becoming a lot more commonplace for people to discuss crypto, to discuss strategies, and to have different opinions about a lot of different things in crypto. And that's actually when I first started deciding, I think I want to be a content creator, because I wasn't seeing the content being made based on sort of my experience in crypto. And they weren't necessarily answering the questions that I had, which was, well, how could people get XRP so wrong that they missed it from less than 1 cent to over $3 a coin? And why is it such a bad thing to have a crypto that was the first crypto in finance that wanted to work within the banking and financial system? That didn't make sense to me. And so I just had to start trusting my gut. And so I was accumulating based on what my gut was telling me. And then I had to educate myself so that my education level was at the same level as what my gut instinct was. And that's been my sort of journey over the years. And that was my journey into making content, because I was sort of sitting there every day going, well, I'm seeing these people who are so-called experts making this content, and it doesn't really make sense to where we are in the market. Especially because now we've had 2 bull runs, and it hasn't played out the way people have said it would. People have missed a whole bunch of really unique opportunities, and people are also making the same mistake over and over again. And for me, the main benefit I had was that I'd been in crypto since 2016. I'd seen the way the market had moved. I'd seen now a second bull run where people are making these mistakes over and over again. And that's why I started making XRP content and crypto content. And that's why for 3.5 years, for people who are following me, I was saying, hey, we're going to get to October and November of 2024, and things are going to go crazy, and XRP is going to lead the way. And all I heard was, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, XRP's dead. And sure enough, it did. And that's not me being smug or saying, gotcha, look how cool I am. It's just me highlighting, look, sometimes the best perspective is someone who's been in crypto for quite a while, who's seen the way the market moves, who's seen the way XRP has grown and evolved. And I'm here to tell you now that, hey, we've got an alt season to get to. And XRP is going to lead the way. And here's the reality of the situation, ladies and gents. The longer people wait, the more expensive XRP is going to get. And that's why people are frustrated now, because they had 3.5 years to get XRP between 30 cents and 50 cents. And a lot of people didn't grow their bags until XRP started moving. And now they have to pay double or quadruple the price of XRP now than what they could pay maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And that's the reality of it. And that's why I'm here today to say, look, XRP is going to go parabolic. We're going to see an alt season. We're going to see new all-time highs for XRP, which means that the cheap entry point in the XRP becomes a lot more expensive after the alt season. And so if you still want to grow your bags, this could be the perfect opportunity to do so before XRP doubles in price again, and that becomes the new cheap baseline price. And look, not financial advice, ladies and gents. It's just somebody who's been in crypto long enough to look at where XRP started to where it's going, and that after every bull run, the cheap entry point in the XRP has become a lot more expensive. And the question is, do you want to make decisions now that could be completely life-changing in a couple of months or a couple of years? Or do you want to wait and sideline yourself and then see what happens heading into next bull run? And also, I'm starting to see people say, well, banks are going to use XRP a lot sooner than you anticipate. And my response to that is, well, look, I've heard that since 2018. People have been saying the same thing over and over and over again. And that's how they end up over leveraging themselves, and they spend more money than they anticipated spending. And then they're in precarious situations, having to hold a whole bunch of XRP long term and not getting the payoff that they've anticipated. So I would also caution and say, don't fall into that trap, making the assumption that a utility run is going to happen sooner than anticipated. That's just something to be cautious about, because I've seen people make that mistake over and over again. They expect XRP to be going to $100 or $1,000 in months or maybe weeks, and then they're sitting there 3 or 4 years later going, what happened? So just be aware of it, that the market will move in ways that we hopefully anticipate and ways that we don't anticipate. And we're going to see an alt season for XRP, and we will eventually see a utility run for XRP. The utility run may take some time, and look, it may happen sooner rather than later. That's why it's so important to have a plan. Have a conservative plan, have a crazy plan, anticipate the $5, $10, $20 XRP, have an expectation of $100 or $1,000 XRP. As long as you have that plan, and as long as you're either building and growing towards that, and if you don't have the resources to do so, as long as you're holding, and as long as you're just in the market. That way you can make your best decisions possible, even from the sidelines, as long as you're holding and you're prepared. So when things start moving rapidly, whether it's an alt season, whether it's a utility run, at least you have the foundation of a plan, so you can make educated, calculated decisions despite the madness and euphoria in the market. And as I said, ladies and gents, none of this is financial advice. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you're curious about the other cryptos I hold outside of XRP, consider becoming a Patreon. Click the link in the description below, head across to my Patreon page, and consider becoming a Barry C VIP. There you'll have access to all the cryptos I hold, as well as my buy, sell, and take profit signals in real time.